I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Ooh, yeah. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Ooh, yeah. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a businessman, yes, I'm an entrepreneur. Ooh, yeah. Crystal Mitchell, do you have my business plan? Just review the pages of my marketing plan. Crystal Mitchell, do you have my business plan? Good afternoon, everyone. This is the Business Zone with
Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan, a small business paramedic. And today, we're going to have a great show for you today. Crystal, what's been going on?
We're going to have a fantastic show. Our guest today, we've been trying to get him on for a few minutes, but he's been so busy.
Busy making a lot of money.
He got a new position, and so I guess he's been feeling and getting his feet grounded there, so we were giving him a moment.
Yes.
So I'm really excited. So we have Mr. Joe Razan here today, the Executive Director of Recycle Black Dollars. So we're really, really excited about that. So when we have to come back from break after our first half of the hour, we're going to just talk about some real conversation on where to find money.
Sounds great to me. Sounds great.
Yeah, so it'll be a lot of fun.
Yes.
This morning,
yes,
I got a call, and I'm going to preface this first with everyone knows that I'm the co-director of Recycle Black Dollars, and so we're always asking our people to support one another. It's so important, not just from an economic standpoint, but just in general, we need to be behind each other. So I had that opportunity today. I got a call from one of my clients. One of her employees had been arrested about 10 days ago.
Wow.
And it was interesting because he was 6 days before his probation was completely done. And he was coming to work, young man, 23 years old. And she called me because I had, we got a call already? Okay.
All right, so we'll take our call. We got a call here. Caller, say your name, please, and where you're calling from.
Hello.
Hello, caller. You're on the air.
Oh, I hear someone.
Hello. Are you there, caller? Hello, hello, hello.
Okay.
So I guess we got to hang up and have them
call back.
Recall.
So anyway, so she called me because I had trained him to do QuickBooks for her for the office, and he was such a smart young man. I mean, within 6 hours, he knew completely how to work the program. We did the online version of it. I would give him something, and he was having to put in last year to 2016, and I go back and I was thinking, okay, well, I'm gonna have to follow up, and I'm like, oh, you did it. Yeah. Oh my God, so smart young man.
So he's a quick learner.
Quick learner. And so anyway, she gives me a call and asks me, will I come, because he had a court date today, and it was going to determine whether or not he was going to prison.
Wow.
And so she pulled in everybody, all of their staff, and we all showed up at court today. And that made a difference.
Really?
Right. The DA called us all out and said, first of all, this rarely happens. Wow. And secondly, we can see that you guys care about him, his family, his friends and colleagues and people from the community. The clergy was there. And so we're going to give this guy another chance. What happened was he was coming to work. He has to take 3 buses and a dash bus to get to his office.
Wow.
And so one of his friends said, let me take you to work. But they happened to be gangbangers.
Ooh.
Or at least one of them. He knew one was, but the other he didn't know. And he got a ride, and police were following or whatever, but they stopped him, pulled him over, and so he went to jail for violation of his parole. And so, but you know, he's been in a job training program. And the police officer did say he was so polite. Out of the other 2 guys, he was so polite. But you know, the big difference was we were sitting in that in the audience, and that made a major difference.
It's a shame that these young kids, they don't think of, you know, the value of their life and the opportunities that they get to make good out of their lives.
Right, and this young man's head now is definitely on the right track. It just, he was still their property. And we just have to teach our children to understand that you got to look at everything around you. Obviously, his crime was being associated with people that were not on the right path
with the law.
And basically they were saying that it's not an excuse that he didn't know, and that he just has to keep his head up. And so there could have been some others, but they did say it was not enough evidence. One of the things was, the charge was that he was in the car with 3 separate sets of gang members.
Right. That alone is bad enough.
But that probably wasn't going to happen. You're not going to get 3 different sets of people in the car that from 3 different gangs.
Yeah.
That's probably not going to happen at all. But anyway, they didn't have enough information. Do want to thank the DA, DA Murray, for making that decision. And so they're going to add another year to his probation, and so we obviously got to hold him up. But it was great that we were all there for him and his family.
That's good.
And he's a really good kid.
Yeah.
So things happen in our community.
Well, I just want the kids out there to understand that the decisions that we make, we're making those decisions not only for ourselves but also for family. Because when you pull people into certain situations, now you're forcing them to do certain things or exposing them to certain liabilities. So no matter how young they are, they need to understand that everything you do, there's consequences to it.
And you got to think of it. So I came home and told my nephew, I said, sweetie, and he don't ever leave the house. I said, but, this is someone he went to school with.
Right.
So this guy didn't know.
Right.
But my older nephew, he does have friends that could be possibly in that life. So you just have to be careful. And sometimes we outgrow our friends, and if you're moving in one direction and they're not moving in a direction, you got to make some decisions. Sometimes friendships don't carry over, but you definitely have to. So that was something I did. But again, it's all about us supporting our own. So when she called me, I was like, no problem. What time you need, where you need me to be.
It's good that you're available.
And I will be there because I had already seen that when I was training him, how eager and how excited he was, and how proud he was, because we literally we had to do the chart of accounts, we had to design the chart of accounts, and he was really proud to be a part of that.
Do you think he's learned?
Oh, I think, I think he knows that he has to be careful of the people of the company that he keeps.
Right.
So I think that. So he's not out yet. Hopefully he'll be out home tonight.
Yeah.
And the sad part about it is he has another year onto his probation. So he was just almost done, which I'm sure there was something to that.
Yeah.
But we can actually ask Mr. Razan. He used to be a police officer way back in the day. He has been very much involved in the community. So when he gets here, we can have that conversation. So. And then the other sad...
It's a shame.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
And the other sad stuff we had is the shooter in Las Vegas. That was... Wow.
Unbelievable.
I don't even know what to say about that one.
I'm just wondering how many more must die before they recognize that they need to do something about this. They need to put something in effect.
Well, the NRA is the one that prevents it from being, because there's so much money out on the street, and so many of a lot of the politicians
That's why we need to vote out all of them and vote in the new crew.
For a whole lot of reasons,
You
right?
see what I'm saying?
Yes.
As long as we find out they're taking money from these organizations, we vote them all out.
Well, Jimmy Kimmel put up a whole, because he was really, really touched. He's from Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And so he was in tears on like, it was
I think
that
it was
Sunday?
Monday.
Yeah. Yeah. And so he put up all of the White House administration that had received funding from
That's what we need to do. We need to put it out there so people know who's taking money and who is doing what, because they're all hiding behind certain things.
Well, all I know is come midterm elections, everybody needs to be out there voting.
Yeah.
I do my voting I do it by mail. So I'm walking, I'm getting it, I'm filling it out that day, and I'm walking, I'm taking it to Norwalk. We all need to do that.
A lot of people say it's not going to make a difference. We didn't
vote and we didn't show up
the last time.
It made a difference.
We see what difference it made.
It made a big difference. So
now today they're talking about cutting back on birth control for women, and all
kinds of insane things.
Saying?
We got the birth control issue. They want to sentence gay LGBTQ to death. We get all insane stuff. The abortion, and then the guy that was all about the abortion, then he asked his girlfriend to have his mistress.
That's my point.
Are you nuts?
That's my point. And then he went. Then there's another one that went to prison. I think his name was Daw, and now he's trying to run again.
Oh yeah, I saw that. How do you go to prison, have a felony, and then come back out and can run for public office?
I don't get it, man.
I thought you couldn't run for office once you had a felony.
These guys, they know how to game the system. They know how to game the system.
Some insane.
So all I'm saying is that people need to pay attention. They need to follow current affairs, and they need to vote. They need to go out and vote, because otherwise, I don't want to hear them complaining. Right. I don't want to hear them complaining, because they don't act, they don't do certain things, and then when it goes in the opposite direction, then they're complaining. There's nothing we can do then. We got to wait 4 years to fix it.
Right, exactly. I don't even know how we're going to survive. Mueller is getting close, and I hope he can put him out. I don't think we can survive 4 years. I mean, it's only been less than 300 days, and every catastrophe in the entire world. Did you see him throw paper towels at the people in Puerto Rico?
Unbelievable.
It's like a clown show.
Unbelievable.
The worst of the worst stuff. So I don't know if we can survive 4 years.
Yeah, all of that is going to come back and bite them.
All week I've been my all week long. My post on Facebook has been, they're going to burn in hell. I know they're going to burn in hell.
So, we'll see what we're going to do our part and try to see what we can do to help our little small business community. Like I'm saying, small businesses, we are here to help you to become business ready, contract ready, bank loan ready. If you're not ready, you need to give us a call and say, hey, don't think I'm ready. What can you guys do to help us? That's what Crystal and I are here for, to help you guys to be ready. So when we take you to that opportunity, you can take advantage of it. We don't want to hear that, wait a second, I still need one more document. We need to get these things ready so that when you're called upon, it's time to go.
And the reason why we need to do that is for the economic stance, position that we need to position our community. These things that happen to us wouldn't happen if economically we were in a better position. You were owning property. You have a say-so. You have a say-so who you're voting for. You have a say-so on their activities and to hold them accountable. Yeah. We need to be owning our own business, our own banks, our own hotels, you name it, so that we will be a viable entity, and our voice does carry. And right now, white America is terrified that they're no longer the majority, and they are doing some drastically things for people of color. So it is also a time for all people of color to come together, because we all kind of lump together in this ball game.
I agree. I totally agree.
So and certifying and getting certified and running good, profitable, successful businesses, that will make a change in our communities.
Did you want to tell them, Crystal, a little bit about the workshop that's coming up at the Urban League?
I will, but before I did that, I had some a happy appointment this week.
Okay.
I met with a young man, with a guy over at LMU, Loyola Marymount University, and he's a gentleman. He's a publisher and publishes very high quality books, and they are launching. So here's the uniqueness about them: they're not just a publisher; they're a publisher and one of the only Black publishers that is housed today on an American university
That's
campus.
amazing. That's amazing.
They were sought out. LMU sought them out and brought them there. And so they're producing African American literature and academic literature works. And he's acclaimed and known. This company is Harriet Tubman Press.
Very good.
And they're known international. Now they want to be in the domestic marketplace. So that was really cool. And they're launching a program. They're having an event on October 14th, which is a Saturday, and it's called Voices from Leimert Park.
Right.
And so it's going to be their book launch, and they're going to launch Harriet Tubman Press, and they're going to have spoken word and music and food. So that will be in Leimert Park in front of the Vision Theater on Saturday, October 14th.
That's great.
So that's pretty cool. Really smart guy. I feel like, wow, this is pretty cool. So
he's the one who you were talking about certification for him as well.
Yes, that's who. I sent you. Did you get the
yes,
email?
I got that.
Yeah,
I'm going to reach out to him.
Yes, he wants to become certified so he can be the publisher for the literature for the obviously schools and corporations, their annual reports and so forth.
It's very good.
Really nice guy. He's from Ethiopia. He actually, when he started his business 20 years ago, he used his own money to edit. You send this man your manuscript. He edited. He did old-fashioned down like you would do in early days with literary press, and I saw some of his books. Oh my God, they were absolutely
amazing,
gorgeous. Binding and raised and embossed. Like, wow.
I want to see that.
Yeah, it was really nice.
That's great.
Yeah, so you will meet him. He's a very nice guy, and one of the guys, and again, it's about connections, right?
Right.
So how I met him, or how I was introduced to him, was one of the guys that plays tennis with me. He's been there for about a month. He was talking about it to someone else at the park, and they were like, "Oh, you need to talk to Crystal. She's the co-director of Recycling Black Dollars, and that's what she talks about." Right. And so we got to talking, and so what we want to do is create a think tank on that level, housed out at LMU, and talk about our social issues, but then activate plans and help bring people together and that kind of stuff. So
that's excellent. That's
yeah,
excellent.
So that's going to be cool.
There's a lady I want you to meet also. Her name is Dr. Shinshuri, and she's from Stockton. And they have this program. They run a Black foundation there, and she has this program that she developed, which I think is phenomenal. Now, what they do is they help small businesses, if they have an idea that they want to launch, they help them to do research, market research, feasibility study on their ideas.
Okay.
But she has it set up similar to Small Biz Pro, wherein you go on the system, you enter it, and it tells you where they do an assessment, a business assessment first.
Oh, okay.
To see where the individual is.
Okay.
And then after they do that assessment, the data that they collect, because once they input it, the system gives them some analytics. They use that analytic to position them to say, okay, you're at the beginning stages, or you're at this stage. There are four stages. I call it levels, 4 levels. So you're either at the first level, the second, or the third level. Then they get you to a certain point. They have a 90-day. They call it like a track meet.
Okay.
So the first 90 days, then they help you to do a feasibility study, do some research, get some information, and do either a 1-page business plan or a full business plan. Then after that, they'll do market research, they'll do a marketing plan and all of those other things. Then the next level is where they do like a test. They test your product, your product idea, to see how well you can pitch. And then after that, once we go in and we help them pitch, we evaluate their pitching ability, then they match them up with funders.
Oh, cool.
But the way it is, it's just so amazing. You got the steps, right?
Steps, yeah.
And each step, you've got the percentages, You got the percentages, and you've got the evaluation and all of those things.
So how long have they been in business?
3 years.
Oh, okay.
So they receive funding from the city of Stockton. They receive funding from the U.S. Black Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
They receive funding from another federal entity. So they're trying to bring me in because they saw me in action teaching the capability statement workshop, and they loved it. They go, oh, we want you to be a part of this. So I told them about you. So I want both of us to be a part of that program.
Okay, cool. And that's interesting that you said that. I was on a conference call. I had a very active morning. I was at court in that morning, and then I came back and I was on a conference call with the Plum Initiative group, Milken Institute, and Victor Parker.
Are they moving along with that program?
Yeah. So today, the conference, we've been having weekly conference calls. So today we were talking about TA, and obviously the SBA has a lot of TA programs, but what's the gap? And I'm sure this is a conversation we can have with Joe as well, is what is the gap? Why are we not getting the funding? Because you remember the report came out, and from the SBA side, there's only like 4% of the African Americans that are receiving funding. Right. So they go through the whole thing, go through all the TA, go through the business plan, right, and whatever. And so why are they not getting capital for their businesses? And then, of course, it always comes back down to that collateral. So we got to figure out. So that was the conversation. What do we need to do in order to actually get to the funding part? And, of course, once the business owners have been denied, it's very rare that they come back. I mean, even Ellis from the Harriet Press, when he got denied, and he has a business plan that he showed me that he wrote, took him 6 months at the SBA, and he went over and got it, he says, and it was denied. He said, I was just crushed, and he went out and had to fund it himself.
So let me ask you this. What they talked about this morning, isn't that what they talked about in the last meeting?
Well, no, in the last meeting we talked about, we didn't get to TA. We talked about, what did we talk about? It wasn't the TA because we didn't get to that point. I think we were talking about collateral. We talked about that last time. And we talked about something because at the end of the conversation, we got to too much emphasis on the loans for owning your business versus capital for your business, being able to purchase the building.
I can't wait for Victor to get in here because they've been talking the same story over and over.
We have the conversation.
You see what I'm saying?
So we got to make there's a gap. They know that there's a gap. That's why
they knew this 10, 15, 20 years ago when they brought their program together. They knew that. When I was at VDC back in 2003, 2, 4, 5, same problem they have. They talked about it, but they do nothing about it. Yeah. You see what I mean? And now they're pretending like they didn't know that this is still a problem. They come up with no solution. We got to provide some TA. Then when they implement the TA, what is the TA going to do? Is it going to help them to be more qualified so they can meet those eligibility guidelines? You see what I'm saying?
So in about 5 minutes, we can get at least a piece of that answered.
They're full of it.
But it is, and that's what we basically said. It is a struggle for our business owners, and I know collateral is one of the biggest. That's most of the complaints that I get is they don't, or what I've heard when they came back, the rejection was collateral. Now, Joe actually was, when he was working for the city, there was another program if they had been denied that they could submit.
Exactly, and they know those programs. They know how to refer them to those programs. So I don't know why they're acting, well, if they don't qualify. I can't wait to have him on the program.
So anyway, that was my morning.
Oh man, I can imagine. So was it a phone conference that you were doing?
It's a phone conference.
So how many people are connected on it?
Let's see. This is because we're in the second year of the 24-month initiative. Yeah. I want to say I kind of came in on the tail end. There might be 30 people 30 on people on the call. Yeah.
Did they come up with any solutions, any recommendations that they want to put out there to solve this problem?
Not yet.
Okay, so they just talked about it.
So Milken is, they're a think tank, right? And so the initiative was between Los Angeles and Baltimore, because we're two of the cities that have the largest volume of small business owners and entrepreneurs, and that's why they were selected. Baltimore is in far worse shape than we are, so a lot of their needs are really desperate. They're desperate need. They're dire right there. We are in a little bit, because we got more money circulating out here. Baltimore, after I came there from the summertime, I spent my whole summer in Baltimore. They need some help. I came in on the very tail end of this particular conversation, so I don't know what led into it. But when I get the manuscript, when I get the script from what the call was about, then I'll let you know if there was anything that they talked about that.
See, sometimes I feel like I want to go to those meetings. Sometimes I don't, because
you got to be at the table.
I'll probably become enemy number one, because we've been hearing this for 15, 20 years. They're doing nothing about it.
This initiative is supposedly to change some of the criteria. That's where we're supposed to be going with it. So we'll see where we're going to go with it. The other good thing I did this week, or yesterday, was it yesterday? I went to Massage Envy and had a massage.
Oh, you needed that.
Absolutely.
You needed
fantastic.
that. You needed that. You've been working too hard.
I've been working hard. I had a crick in my neck. I couldn't sleep. I was chewing up a leaf. So I was in so much pain the other day. I'm thinking, wow, okay, this last birthday brought a lot of pain. This ain't cool. So a friend of mine told me to go to a chiropractor. So they had told me about a place called The Joint Chiropractic. So I went there, and they're talking cracking bones. I don't think I need the cracking of the bones. And it's more muscular. So right next door to it, right there in Culver City, was the Massage Envy. So I scheduled an appointment. Went in, had an amazing.
How long was it for? An hour?
An hour. And
good.
Justin, his name is Justin, and this is interesting. It's Massage Envy are franchise, right?
I did not know.
They're franchised. But the owner is Caucasian, but all the employees were black. So I felt at home, and they were amazing. The customer service was amazing.
That's good.
So I got myself a monthly membership.
Maybe we should get them on the show.
Right. We're going to get them on the show. And I will go, and I was able to go to Zumba yesterday, and I didn't feel no pain. Went home, felt no pain.
That's good.
I tell you guys, that should be part of the routine of an entrepreneur. You need to incorporate massage therapy, because it was awesome. I slept well last night. The only pain I felt was where he had to really work hard to get rid of my knots. Because I had some major. So have you had a massage lately?
Oh man, I have not had one in a long time.
Well, you need to go.
I need multiple.
You need to go, because you've been cold and all that traveling.
Man, I know. My knee, my neck, my back, my head, everything.
Right now, you can go if it's your first visit, $60.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So what if you refer me? Don't you get?
I'll get. Actually, I can refer you on mine.
Yeah.
And then you can go. And then I think you get to do it for $50.
And you get points too,
and
right?
I get points too.
Let's do that.
Yeah. So let's do that. And you go get you in there. Because it was amazing.
I need that.
So when I thought, do I want to incorporate? Yeah, I need to incorporate. This is my health insurance. I'm going to use this as my health insurance.
Yeah, I need that. That's that tranquility that we need.
Yeah, I think so. We work very hard, and we deserve to pamper ourselves.
That's exactly my point. For those of you who are just tuning in, you're listening to The Business Zone with
Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan, the small business paramedic. We've been talking about pampering ourselves because we work so hard. And Crystal got hers yesterday, so
we'll refer you so you can go get yours.
I'm looking to get mine soon, so I can just feel refreshed and.
Right. So you identify the one. You do in your area, and then I can see. I think I have to send something or whatever.
Okay.
And I'll find out how
I'll definitely check it out.
You go get yourself a massage as well.
I will check it out. Now, for those of you who don't know what this show is all about, the Business Zone is a program where we bring small business together with contract providers and resource providers so we can create opportunities for small businesses. Now, Crystal and we provide training for small businesses as well. So we have a variety of different workshops where we
train you to become business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready through a variety of training programs. We've got bookkeeping. We got cash flow management classes. We got business plan writing and development, certification. We got business infrastructure development, capability statement development, relationship management, where we teach you the personality profile, or you can identify where you fall within that spectrum and how you interface with others. It's an amazing class.
It's an amazing class. So that's a great segue before we go to break.
Yes.
We are hosting a class, just an introduction, so you can find out. We can do an assessment to see where you are and if you're ready to get your minority certification. It's a minority certification mastermind group. We are hosting this class on October 25th, which is a Wednesday evening from 4 to 6. Those of you who should attend are those that are disadvantaged or disabled, minority business owned, woman owned, or veteran owned. And it's going to be hosted at the Los Angeles Urban League at 4401 Crenshaw Boulevard in Los Angeles. And again, the time is from 4 to 6 p.m. And the cost for the initial workshop or the assessment workshop is free. Say that again.
Free 99.
Free 99. Free. So you want to come out. There will be a free parking, but the space is limited. We are only taking 15 businesses.
That's 15 small businesses, so you want to sign up early. How do they sign up, Crystal?
So I'm going to, they will go to our Facebook page, and I will be blasting a flyer this evening, no later than Monday, and there's a link there, and they can sign up for it.
Okay.
And
now, do they now to get to the Facebook page?
It is the Business Zone with Crystal and Gilbert. It will also be on my Facebook page, which is Crystal Mitchell. It will be on Recycling Black Dollars Facebook page. It will be on Buchanan and Associates page, our LinkedIn page, and our Twitter. So you will be able to find it, and our websites, Recycling Black Dollars, Mitchell Business Solutions, Buchanan and Associates.
Buchanan and Associates, the Business Zone, and all of those.
So you will be able to find us. You just need to want to find us.
If you really want opportunities, you want to tap into contracting opportunities with the government or with commercial entities like Edison, the gas company, or PG&E, you want to come to this workshop. So make sure you're there.
Right. And if you want to give us a call, you can call us at 323-906-7004. Again, that number is 323-906-7004.
Right. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and take a break right now for 2 minutes, and then we'll come right back. You're on the Business Zone with
Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan.
Hello. Meet Larry. Larry is a general contractor. Larry is very good at his craft, but Larry has a very tough time managing his paperwork because he is busy taking care of his clients' needs. Larry just cannot find his important business documents when needed. Larry is also being passed over for bid opportunities from prime contractors because he is perceived as not ready. He doesn't know where his business license, certifications, insurance, and other key corporate documents are located most of the time. Lucy owns an auto body and collision repair shop and has been using a business management and procurement assistance program called Small Biz Pro to keep her business organized, business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. Small Biz Pro is a 3-in-1 cloud-based business management, procurement, and market research assistance system designed to help businesses become business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. It also provides back-office operation solutions for small businesses. Lucy is able to stay ahead of her competitors because she uses Small Biz Pro to manage her business daily. Lucy just clicks on Small Biz Pro from her tablet, mobile phone, laptop, or any internet-accessible device for data retrieval, and she's got it. Lucy introduces Larry to Small Biz Pro, and now Larry is more organized and can now find all of his documents and new bid opportunities in seconds. Larry now saves $120 in labor costs for each missing or misplaced document. Just simply go to your web browser and log into smallbizpro.net and register today for a limited 30-day free trial offer. Services start as low as $1 per day. Let's put the competition out of business. Small Biz Pro. If you stay ready, you don't need to get ready. Register now at smallbizpro.net and begin saving money. Email info@smallbizpro.net or call 626-533-1186.
So we're back on the Business Zone. This is
Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan, the small business paramedic. And we're here with our special guests in the studios today. Crystal, who do we have here?
We have Mr. Joseph Joe T. Razan III. He's the executive director with Vermont Slauson Economic Development Corporation. And Joe he has been in our community for a very long time. He has serviced the city of Los Angeles, I don't know,
He's a veteran in this business.
He has covered everything. He was a police officer. He was the general man. This is the things I just know because he's a major supporter of Recycling Black Dollars, and we thank you for that. He was general manager at the Hawthorne Mall.
And Baldwin Hills
Crenshaw Mall. Wow. And then he worked for the city of Los Angeles in the Economic and Workforce Development Department.
Wow.
I think his last, before Vermont Slauson, you had gone to the state level, right? Or the federal level?
No, I was with the city prior to that. So,
okay.
Yeah, so 15 years with LAPD, then went into the private sector, working both for the Hawthorne Plaza Mall and then the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Plaza Mall. Then you're probably talking about my appointment to the panel on racial profiling. So under Governor Gray Davis,
right,
I was appointed to that panel and actually co-chaired that panel for 2 years and then taught at the Museum of Tolerance, at that time Senate Bill 1102, which was the racial profiling bill.
Okay. So
we're in the midst of royalty.
I know. He's like Mr. Los Angeles. There are certain people. He's royalty of Los Angeles.
Yes.
Yeah. So I feel honored, one, that he's on the show. And when you were appointed as the executive director for Vermont Slauson, that was the best thing I think could have possibly happened.
Yeah, it was the timing was extremely interesting because I had actually announced my retirement from the city in July of last year with the intent on December 31st being my last day as a working stiff of it. And, unfortunately, due to the passing of Marva Smith Battle Bay at the helm of Vermont Slauson for 30-plus years, there was a void there.
Yeah.
And I was asked to put that retirement on hold and come join the team at Vermont Slauson.
Yeah.
And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. At that point in my career, there's no other place I would have even considered going.
That's
than
great.
Vermont Slauson.
That's great.
And we didn't realize, when people are in place, of course, you don't know how valuable they are and how much they add to the community until they're no longer there. Muhammad obviously was one of those individuals.
Absolutely.
But Marva was, and detrimentally when she left, it was like, oh my God, it was like wide open season, and you could feel that void.
Yeah.
And so, the city felt unstable for those of us that knew her and do what we do as community-based organizations. So we were when I heard it was you, I was like, all right, we're back on track.
All right. Well, thank you. But it's a testament really to Marva.
Yeah.
Because quite frankly, when Marva became ill and ultimately passed away, the question even in our own community is Vermont Slauson going to survive?
Right.
And it's because of the legacy and the strength that she left and the programs that she helped design and sustain over all these years. I mean, how many organizations can you run off the top of your head right now
That's
that
true.
are still around after 30,
That is true.
Right.
36 years?
That is
Right,
true.
exactly.
Not many.
And it's really important because in our communities, usually those organizations, the icons that are in those positions, a lot of times we don't prepare for the legacy to
Transition.
carry on in the transition.
Succession planning.
That succession
planning, that's it.
And so much work had been done for Vermont Slauson, the same thing with Recycling Black Dollars, the same thing with the BBA. You spend 30, 40, 50 years in the community, and we really have to be able to identify those individuals that can carry on what the works are.
And share the knowledge and experience that you've gained over those years.
Right. Before it's too late and you're not here to do that. Then that's what happened with RBD. We didn't have Muhammad, just a lot of people that knew what his vision was and those of us that could continue to carry it on. Right. We're concerned with the BBA with that. Skip has a lot of experiences in his area and be able to pass that on. I've spoken to Jackie on we need to start grooming someone younger so that they can carry on Recycling Black Dollars. I had that conversation with Mike Jones on the Crenshaw Chamber, and I think they are getting ready to groom because Armin is leaving. So Mike is going to step in, and they're grooming someone.
Yeah, and there's some other organizations that have recognized that. One, my former organization that I work for as the Vice President, Chief of Staff of Brotherhood Crusade, Danny Bakewell, passed that baton to Sharice. I call her my sister from another mother.
Okay.
But those are the things that we have to do because we've got so much work that has been done that needs to be carried on. And quite frankly, you need new ideas.
You do.
And some of us, I would say seasoned folks, need to start thinking about stepping aside and handing it over to some of our brilliant millennials.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Well, definitely we want to welcome you to the Business Zone.
Thank you.
Our show has been here for a little over a year now. This past July has been a year.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And Crystal and I, we came together to launch this show because we saw the need in the community to help small businesses. There's no one out there helping small business, providing the resources and services that we're providing out there. So we wanted to do something like this, and teaming up with you and your organization to help strengthen that approach is really one of the reasons why we wanted to have you on this show. So welcome.
I'm really glad to be here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And one of the things I think is very vitally important and missing in our community is that media resource, an outlet where we can get messages to a larger audience than just when they have workshops at our individual organizations and you only have 20, 30 people and hoping that those 20, 30 people will go tell 20, 30 more. We have to have, I think part of that formula is being able to have a media outlet that we can have this conversation to inform individuals out there. Because I don't know about you, I'm sure you do, and you should, in all of your capacities. For the one area, we don't know what we don't know.
Right.
Actually, we had a mobile retail program a couple Saturdays ago, and I had the privilege of going on KJLH on Don Amici show, and one of the things he said, "Man, I never knew any of this," and that's part of the problem is that. We haven't invested our organization in terms of capitalizing on social media and marketing other than the traditional radio and print.
Right.
And so we've got to think much more broadly in terms of how we get our message out there.
Exactly.
So that's literally, I'm taking my staff on a retreat next month. And we're going to be talking about how we invest back into the organization, how we grow the organization. And I want everybody to chime in. And people think that Vermont Slauson is a huge organization. We've got 10 people on staff.
Yeah, but they don't know that.
Right. But we do a lot of good work.
Yeah, because the work is so much.
But we haven't told the story.
Exactly.
And so we're gonna tell the story.
Yes.
And the first part of our efforts to kind of signify who we are and how we brand ourselves is literally at our April acknowledgement and dedication of our building.
Which was amazing.
Is we actually put signage up for Vermont Slauson Economic Development Corporation. And since 2003, when that building was built, we never even had signage up built.
Right.
And we're going to be doing some other things.
That's
You're going to
good.
see our name in the community
That's
much more.
That's good.
And be able to really get the word out about what opportunities Vermont Slauson provides for small businesses.
That's great. That's
because
great.
unless you're out there looking, you don't know.
As you can see right here, this is our slogan here for the Business Zone, where it says, where business, entrepreneurship, and supply diversity come together to create success. That's really what we're all about. And Crystal and I, we really dedicate ourselves. A lot of times that the things we do, we don't really get paid for that. But we want to get the word out. We want to encourage. We want to strengthen. We want to educate the small business population. Because I worked at LA Unified School District. I worked at LA Community College District. I worked at Metro. And being in those organizations, I've seen where the small businesses came to the table looking for opportunities, and they were promised opportunities. They never got it. Because when they got there, they said, well, you guys don't measure up. You don't have the business license. You don't have the bonding. You don't have the insurance. You don't know how to bid. No one really teach them how to do that.
Right.
So that's where we said we got to make a difference.
Yeah, and we have to be advocates too. I mean, that's what I tell my team all the time. You know, we deliver services, but we are the business advocates for South LA.
Yes.
If there's a problem with a business, it may not be in that one line of what your job responsibilities are.
Exactly.
It's natural that we have to fight for our businesses.
Yes.
And when we see things that aren't right in our business community, we need to call it as it is. And that
gotta
includes
call
our
it out.
politicians.
Yes.
And our officials to bring these things to light.
Yes, exactly. We totally agree.
And collaboration. Now, I do have an excellent relationship with Terry Goubertin, and where we trade off when I go and meet with a new business, because there's quite a few popping up all over the city. So I'll reach back and I'll say, you need to meet Terry, and then I'll call Terry and say, Terry, you need to get over there and have a conversation with this new business, because I think it's important, especially there's a business that I just met, the owner, it's called Grill Fresh, right on the corner of West Boulevard and Slauson.
Yeah. Pass it every morning.
Food is amazing.
Is it really?
And the young man is from Dorsey. He went to Dorsey, and I think his chef went to Crenshaw. And so they've been outside of the community, and so he rented that space, renovated it. He has first right to buy the place, which is why I was sending him over to you guys.
Fantastic.
And he wants to tear it down and rebuild it. They're going to get rid. He wants to get rid of the smoke, and I think his lease is coming up. But he also wants a space in Lamert Park. So today he's over at the legal clinic that they're having at the Ebony Theater.
Yeah, I just left there earlier.
You just left there, yeah. So Terry had called me about that, so I reached out to some people to send them over. So, and that's how a community is supposed to work.
Oh, yeah.
We're not in competition with one another.
Work hand in hand. That's
working
what it
hand
is.
in hand, and the same thing with the Business Resource Group. I work, hand in hand with them and Alan. But that's what we have to do.
Yeah, and you talked about the collaboration. I do want to make sure all your listeners know that Vermont Slauson is the only business source center. We're one of 9 centers throughout the city that deliver these services on behalf of the city of Los Angeles to serve South LA. But we're the only center that is co-located. We brought in the WorkSource Center just 4 months ago.
Wow.
So we have both the WorkSource Center and the Business Source Center co-located at our building,
amazing.
6109 Southwest. And the significance is that's $1.5 million of government resources right in our doorstep.
That's amazing.
So, I tell folks all the time, they say, it's free. I said, well, it's free, yes, but your taxpayer dollars are paying for it, so go get it.
Yes.
Right, exactly. But a lot of people don't know that.
They don't.
They don't understand that that's your tax free, or if your property taxes. I didn't realize it until I started doing some work with Cherie Franklin. The way she structured the Central Avenue Historic District is all based upon property taxes.
Yes.
And they're offering some amazing programs to their small businesses down there. So those are the things that this show is here to talk about, the programs that Vermont Slauson has, and how we all work together in order to make it, change the economic status that's in our community. I think that's very important.
Joe, if you don't mind, can you tell them again the address of the facility and a phone number if you have one so they can get it?
Sure. So our headquarter office is at 1130 West Slauson, right at the corner of Slauson and Vermont. I'll also add that we own that property. So that shopping center on the west side of
So all the stores in that little center.
Right. So it's anchored by El Supermarket, Yoshino, and Jack in the Box. And then across the street, we also are part owners in the shopping center.
That's great.
On the east side.
That is excellent.
We have some significant real estate holdings in the community. So that's where our headquarter office is. Our training center, what we call our Business Enterprise Center, is at 6109 Southwestern. So we own that building, as well as some parcels of industrial lands that we have tenancy there as well.
Yes. That's great.
So would you say that all that you have done for the last, 30, 40 years in Los Angeles has prepared you to be this person?
My career path is, I have to even look at it sometimes and say, how did I end up here? I followed in my dad's footsteps in LAPD. He came on LAPD in 1955. I came on in 1975.
Wow.
A much different department then. From 55 to 75, and even more so now.
Right, exactly.
Just the complexion of the department is much different. It's much more like our community now. So, after I left the police department, I actually had my own security business. My dad had a private investigation business, and we merged them. So we operated that, and we had some government contracts. We did that for a while.
Good.
Then I got a call about the Baldwin Hills Crenshaw Plaza Mall, and was actually initially offered the position for the director of security. And after interviewing, they asked me what I consider being the general manager of the mall. And I got to tell you, it's probably one of the best decisions of my life, but the scariest one. I didn't know anything about running a mall.
You're in charge of everything.
And you're responsible for a $60, $70 million asset at that time. It's much more than that now. But it's probably the best decision because I had done the law enforcement piece of my life and investigations and security. So jumping into this arena in retail management was, but it did. That really is in large part why I'm here. From that, Danny Bakewell bought the Hawthorne Plaza Mall, asked me to come on board with him, help move that project, which I did. And then was asked to go to Brotherhood Crusade. My first nonprofit, was there for 4 years as Danny Bakewell's vice president, chief of staff there. So all those pieces, in some way or form, have helped me hopefully lead Vermont Slauson in the right direction.
That's great.
And you did great work for the city when you were working at the workforce, the economic and workforce, right?
I spent 13 years with the Economic Workforce Development Department. Let me also add that it's because of my former assistant general manager, Robert Sines, and my general manager, Jan Perry, is why we have that WorkSource Center co-located with us. So they worked with us to get that center there. So I spent 13 years there as the director of small business programs, the Business Source program, which is a $4.5 million investment the city makes on starting new businesses throughout the city.
That's great.
Fantastic.
Now tell us about some of the programs that you currently have at Vermont Slauson. Is it business plan programs? Do you have access to capital programs? What type of programs do you have?
You said it all.
I was just guessing.
We have two different segments. We have a level one, which is a very entry level. Gilbert, Crystal, and Joe want to start their own cleaners. How do we do that? We take folks from the very elementary stage of how to start a business. Take that dream. How do I bring it to reality? So the very basics of how to start a business. What's the franchise tax board? What's the board of equalization? How to determine or develop a P&L and the QuickBooks you talked about, Crystal. And a business plan. Many people that I run across, knowing that I'm at Vermont Slauson, man, Joe, how I get some of that money over Vermont Slauson? And I say to them, I said, well, what's your business? And they'll say the business. I said, well, send me a business plan. Well, I got it all right here. For instance, I'm pointing at my head.
They don't want to put it down on paper. Somebody might steal their idea, right?
And that's one of the most. It's one of the toughest things. To put your dream on paper. If you go to a bank,
You got to put it on paper.
Present something.
Yeah.
They're not going to invest in you just because you're a nice person.
Right, exactly.
So, but yeah, putting the business plan together. We have a level 2, which gets a little bit more intense. Starts getting into the access to capital.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to be bankable? What type of lending am I going to need? Which is another value for coming to Vermont Slauson, because if the three of us want to start our business, Bank of America may not be the place to go based on the type of business we have.
That's right.
So we know the lenders that will loan to a restaurant or will loan to a beauty salon or to that cleaners because they like to stay in their wheelhouse, if you will. So they don't like sometimes taking on risk of other type of businesses that they're unfamiliar with.
Yes.
We save our clients time by not having to go through that process because we help link them to those lenders that hopefully will end up providing them a loan.
Let me ask you this, and something just popped into my mind, and maybe it's because I've recently been on a Shark Tank up in for the California Hispanic Chambers of Commerce. Do you have a Shark Tank right there, Vermont Slauson?
No, we don't, but maybe we should.
Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking that.
Yeah.
That would be a good idea. Plus, it will bring in a lot of small business, bring in sponsors, bring in, program supporters.
Gilbert, you might be onto something.
I know. I'm thinking.
And actually, last year, 2 years ago, Cherie Franklin, they were going to do something. We actually had started the process. I evaluated 26 applications. They were going to have a Shark Tank within the Lemert Park area. They have their own unique village there. And they were looking for unique businesses that could thrive in that area. Obviously, ethnically, your urban essence to it, healthy foods, different types of businesses.
Anything tech?
Tech as well. There's a young man that came out of that. In fact, his was one of the only business plan that was viable, and he's since opened his business as a bike shop over there. 80 Knopf, and I think it's called Bike-a-thon or something of that nature. So he opened up his business. So they did do that. They couldn't get, and I don't know what happened, but finding the concept was to identify investors that would invest in these new startup businesses to get them to that place. Because, we all know that there's no money really identifiable for a startup business, but at least get you trackable, so that by that second year, then we can farm you out to the entities that can fund your business.
And this is why we tell our businesses, because generally speaking, you're right, Crystal, getting that first dollar to help your business grow as a startup is very tough. However, there are possibilities out there, but it's on how your personal financial picture looks.
That is true.
We tell folks, look, we can't help you start your own business if you in terms of how you manage your finances, if you can't manage yourself.
Right, exactly.
How are your finances?
Yeah.
You don't go and run a great business if you don't run a great household.
Right.
So, we try to explain to people how important it is not to get into extreme debt. So that financial literacy component, that's where that collaboration with partners like you and others that provide these services to prepare them to become bankable at some point.
Right.
And as well as I think there's even, we focus on financial literacy from an individual standpoint, but from doing QuickBooks and having been in that, being my core of my business for the last 30 years, the business literacy is lacking. Even if they have individual financial, they know how to pay their bills on time, but they don't think expansive enough when it comes to business. They're still thinking just like they do at home, right? If I got pay my bills on time, pay my expenses, and I have a little bit of money left over, but not projecting out and forecasting and evaluating your financial statements and what do I need to do the next year or the next 6 months. And so I think that's an area that we need to focus on as well. My clients, that's some of the things that I do. I'm not just doing your books. I'm sitting down to help you structure the success of your business and review what the possibilities can be for you. So I think that's an area we need to address.
What we could do is try to submit to Joe and Vermont Slauson some of the programs that we put in place that may be we can partner with them and help the membership there as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
I think we
Well,
can do that.
I think so, but I think a Shark Tank would be pretty cool.
Yes,
if we
I
do
do.
a joint with
I
recycled
really
like
do
dollars
think-
and
yes.
all the entities out there and bring
Yes.
all our people
Yes.
and
You get me a nice leather chair, I'll sit down.
we can be Mr. Wonderful. And you know, we kind of have something to that nature when we do the Miller Coors, the tap the light competition that they do. Damon John is
Right.
heavily involved in that
Yeah.
now, but that was a project that Muhammad initially started with
Is that
Miller.
right?
He was. So what is it? 14 years now we've been partnered or marketing partners. But Muhammad went to them and said, "Look, you guys are saturating our community with 40 ounces. We don't want you just to give RBD money. We want you to provide an opportunity for our people. And so let's do a business plan competition."
Mm-hmm.
That's how it started. And so when I got involved with RBD, it was primarily because of that. We were getting ready to gear up for the business plan competition. We had people bring the business plan over, and I went, "What is this?" Because financials were, maybe 1-2 line. I'm sure you see those, right? And no, this needs to be expanded. And so that's kind of how I started training and doing training classes for RBD.
Right.
And then from there, it was a caveat to get them to finish the business plan. So once you get done, then we can submit it to the Miller Coors.
Got it.
Now, for those of you who are just listening, you're just tuning in, this is a great show. We've got the great Joe Razan from Vermont Slauson here. He's giving us a lot of insight, a lot of information. And you're here with my co-host and I, and she is?
Crystal.
And I'm Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic. So we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, but we'll be right back in 2 minutes. Take a break.
Yeah, we
Hello,
can do something.
meet Larry. Larry is a general contractor. Larry is very good at his craft, but Larry has a very tough time managing his paperwork because he is busy taking care of his clients' needs. Larry just cannot find his important business documents when needed. Larry is also being passed over for bid opportunities from prime contractors because he is perceived as not ready. He doesn't know where his business license, certifications, insurance, and other key corporate documents are located most of the time. Lucy owns an auto body and collision repair shop and has been using a business management and procurement assistance program called Small Biz Pro to keep her business organized, business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. Small Biz Pro is a 3-in-1 cloud-based business management, procurement, and market research assistance system designed to help businesses become business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. It also provides back-office operation solutions for small businesses. Lucy is able to stay ahead of her competitors because she uses Small Biz Pro to manage her business daily. Lucy just clicks on Small Biz Pro from her tablet, mobile phone, laptop, or any internet-accessible device for data retrieval, and she's got it. Lucy introduces Larry to Small Biz Pro, and now Larry is more organized and can now find all of his documents and new bid opportunities in seconds. Larry now saves $120 in labor costs for each missing or misplaced document. Just simply go to your web browser and log into smallbizpro.net and register today for a limited 30-day free trial offer. Services start as low as $1 per day. Let's put the competition out of business. Small Biz Pro. If you stay ready, you don't need to get ready. Register now at smallbizpro.net and begin saving money. Email info@smallbizpro.net or call 626-533-1186.
And you're back on the Business Zone with
Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan, the small business paramedic. And if you're tuning in for the first time and you want to make a call to us to find out some great resource information, you can call us at 323-293-3375. That's 323-293-3375. And today our special guest is Mr. Joseph Razan, CEO of Vermont Slauson. It's got some excellent information. So if you're an entrepreneur, you're thinking of starting your own business, or you already have an existing business, you want to grow that business to the next level, don't know what to do, this is the show you want to tune into. Mr. Razan can really take you there. So, Crystal.
So, Joe, what are some of how do you guys determine what funding vehicles are best for the small businesses that come to Vermont Slauson?
Well, first of all, it's the relationship with the lenders that we have. As I was talking about off air, is that there are certain lenders that fund certain types of businesses.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So the advantage of coming to a Vermont Slauson is that my business managers, Terry Guberton, Fernando Borja, they know who these lenders are that will loan to a particular type of business. A barber shop or a restaurant, a clothing store. So they know who those players are in that space. So that's extremely important for time's sake, because you trying to start your business, you can only imagine how much time you would take, and the emotional rejection.
Yes.
Because many people, once they get rejected,
That's
it's
it.
like the wind's out of their sails, and it's very difficult to rebound from
They
that.
shut down.
So we want to minimize that pain, and let us take on some of that burden by helping you go through that process, the lending process.
Right.
With that being said, I also want to mention that we see our role also working with our banking institutions. Some of our folks don't know about our community lenders, and they go to the B of A's and the Wells Fargos and the City National Banks, etc. So I've petitioned my business team. I want you to start developing a relationship with those banks, because everybody that, particularly if they're from South Los Angeles, trying to get a small business loan, they're rejected. That's our client.
Right, exactly.
So we're working with them for City National Bank, for example, that's going to be opening up the new branch in a few weeks on Crenshaw. Mr. Brian Grant has connected us with Mr. Jackson over there, who's going to be the new branch manager. And we're going to have a referral process where clients that don't kind of cut the mustard by their standards can come to us, and we could do one of two things: get them bankable for City National Bank, or let them become our clients. And we'll work with them and through our funding relationships get them funded.
That's
exactly.
That is great.
And it's interesting because I don't know, you were part of this about 4 years ago. We did a kind of a think tank with Operation Hope, remember?
Yeah, with John and Lance
and Lance and Leo. And one of the things, and Leo and I were just talking about this the other day, how essential that kind of conversation, we need to be having those kind of conversations because it helped us think outside of the box. But one of the things I remember Carl Bolton saying is, it was really always hard, to just watch ourselves because of the criteria, kill a person's dream. And they walk out in the parking lot. It's like, well, wow, they come in all excited, and then they leave out, and their dream has been massacred by the time they got out to the parking lot.
Right, and I think that's part of our job also, is not to give people false hope, one, and two, let them know there's a commitment to this. This is not going to be easy.
That's right.
You got to put the time in.
Yes.
And, unfortunately, some folks want this dream to become reality, but they don't want to put the time in. So we tell them early on, this is what you're going to have to do. We need to be assured that you've gone through our training, and that, because you want to minimize the possibilities of that no.
Exactly.
Because there's, unfortunately, in the nature of this business, and I'm certainly preaching to the choir here, is it doesn't take much for them to figure out a way not to fund you.
Exactly. And like we said on this show over and over, the system is designed to tell small businesses no. The banks tell you no, contract providers tell you no, your clients tell you no, your families tell you no, everybody's telling you no. So as entrepreneurs, we got to figure out a way to get that yes. And in so doing, we got to be creative. We got to come up with systems that disruptive in the marketplace, and we got to have a support source that is second to none.
Exactly. That's kind of when when I do the biz camp, the Nifty Biz Camp with the Urban League, when the kids come in, the first thing I tell them, we want you to create a business idea. This year we did something different. We kind of, our funder, our sponsor was American Airlines. So the kids had to create a business that could be supported by the airline industry. So, and I told them right off the bat, I don't want T-shirt businesses. I don't want anything that's small. Mm-hmm. I want something that's big. Yeah. And so with that, these kids went to work, mm-hmm. and they came up with some incredible ideas. Mm-hmm. And I even used that when I was doing business plan classes. I haven't been doing as many as I have in the past. Same thing. Don't give me a T-shirt business. Because you can do that at your, that's not a business.
Anyone can do it.
Unless you're doing manufacturing and you have a big print press and you're doing that. But if you got to ship it out to somebody else to print it, no. Do something bigger. Do something broader.
The market is saturated.
Right. And do something that can create hireable opportunities for people in our community. Yeah. Right. And then you're thinking bigger. Then we can direct you to the people who may be interested in investing in those type of businesses.
Right. That sounds great.
I don't know if you've met him, but he thought out of the box is Joseph Collins with Punch TV. Joseph has been around for a while, and he's one of the first recipients of the Job Act. So utilizing equity, selling equity shares in your business in a crowdfunding kind of environment has just taken that business to a different, amazing level now. Right. So that's how we have to start teaching our people to think.
Joe, do you have people who teach classes at your facility on crowdfunding and stuff like that as well?
Yeah, we on our website you'll see a myriad of different types of programs.
That's
everything
good.
From computer coding to financial literacy related types of training. We have 24 consultants.
Good.
And what I did shortly after I got there, I said, look, we probably have very talented consultants here that we've been working with, but we're going to bid this process out. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So we actually went through a very intense RFP process.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
We missed it.
We kind of...
I didn't even hear. Terry didn't even call me about that one.
Well, you called me because you said, who's doing your QuickBooks training?
So you're
actually, I need to get that scheduled. And I know you said you want to refresh, because I think that is a major component that's not happening in this city.
Right. So anyway, we went through this whole process of bringing on all these specialized consultants. We have consultants in hospitality, coding, as I mentioned. Yes. You name whatever industry, we probably pretty much have it covered.
That's great.
So we brought experts in. So rather than just having a few consultants, we expanded that role to where we bring in these specialty trainings where we do one-on-one training. So if you want to do a restaurant, we have somebody coming out of the restaurant. If you want to do retail, we got folks in the retail industry that have taught this. So,
very good.
We go much. That's kind of that part two. I tell you, level 1 and level 2. That gets into that level 2 portion of the training.
Exactly. That's kind of the program that Gilbert and I have over at Mount Sac.
Yeah.
I teach. That's where I do the core of my QuickBooks training. Have been there, but teaching there in those individuals that can be potential employees.
Got it.
And what she does also after she does the training, she helps them with the placement as well.
Great.
Into job opportunities, which is phenomenal. Success rate is what, 95%?
Yeah, we have 95% placement rate for the last.
And that's another advantage of going to a Vermont Slauson as opposed to maybe one of your traditional lenders, is because, quite frankly, a bank is interested in a couple different things, but one is your ability to pay that loan.
Exactly.
And while we also want to minimize our risk, we will take on more risk if there's a job component connected to the loan.
That's right.
So, like in our Business Source program, we get $500,000 grant from the city per year.
Yeah.
And from that resource, we're able to provide these services. But that money is tied into job creation.
Right.
And we have to prove that up. And so, coming to us, we naturally do. That's a way of doing business.
Yes.
That's natural
it's
for
us.
It's
a part of it.
So...
Yeah.
That's great.
Because that's important. What I find, I can come in and teach the owner how to use QuickBooks, but the owner is not going to be the one going to use the QuickBooks on a regular basis. I found is a better teach,
To teach
if I'm
actual
actually teaching
worker
the
who's
workers,
doing it.
and then giving the owner the overview of what they're supposed to be doing, so that they'll be able to monitor that part of it,
Right.
and that seems to be a better success. Earlier on, I was doing classes all the time with QuickBooks, and Terry would send people over, but I never could consistently get the owners in there. So now the focus is on the employee to make sure, because that's who's going to provide the
Right.
reports and stuff.
So the owner's going to be looking at that. What's that spreadsheet look like? Right?
Yeah,
Right, exactly. That's all. Exactly. So I do. I mean, I collaborate with Terry whenever he has somebody that needs their books together. They
Right.
send them over to me. And
So once the loan is awarded to the entrepreneur, do you have a system that tracks and monitor these loans and manage the entrepreneurs so that they don't slip up, they don't make any errors?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, first of all, we have a fiduciary obligation to do that.
Good.
Because we've got to collect those payments.
Yes.
This is not free money.
Right.
And so, we actually continue our technical assistance, and they remain clients. So, they can come back and take additional courses even after they've gotten these loan proceeds, because, there are things that change.
Yeah.
right.
They can get a loan without being very social media savvy.
Right,
But then when
right.
they get that business, I need to know more about social media. How do I capitalize on Snapchat
Yes.
and Facebook and Instagram and all these other programs that my kids is telling me I need to know more about?
You do. You do. It's just the way we do business now.
Right.
Yes.
And utilizing all your resources, LinkedIn, all of them are very beneficial to running a business.
Right, and that's what we're looking at. I think I mentioned it earlier. We've got some great consultants that teach social media and marketing to our clients.
Yes.
And one of the questions I posed to my team shortly after, I said, well, are they working with us as an organization? Well, I don't think so. Why not? So we've got that ball moving now
Yes.
to make sure that Vermont Slauson is also capitalizing
Yes.
on those resources
Exactly.
that are available.
That's good.
Right,
That's
exactly.
very good.
So you reached out to me and said you wanted to know how to use QuickBooks.
Well, no, I was just trying to find out about your QuickBooks training.
Oh, okay.
In terms
So
of what you do, and so we'll follow back up.
Yeah,
on you on
because
that.
I actually told Terry I have a number of people that have requested the class. And
Yeah.
that's usually the only way I do it now is if they request it. That way I
gotcha.
know they're committed. And I needed a place to train. And so Terry and I, we had to get it on the calendar.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
yeah, because I think, obviously that's the first level of the bank is, are you even tracking your money?
Right.
Yeah. In fact, I was talking to, I belong to a women's organization called the Bella Network. And so the other day we were having a meeting. We're having a women's leadership conference. And
By the way, you must be the busiest lady. in the
I'm
world.
telling you,
I
man.
am.
She-
I am.
Now you know why she needs to get that massage.
You got 17 jobs. now, huh?
17
She's
jobs.
Jamaican.
I'm working
She's
with
part
a Jamaican over here. I have 70. But they all tie in. They all tie in.
Got 17 jobs, man.
Well, see, my thing is, the more people that know you, the more business you'll have.
That's true.
Right?
That's right.
And so when I first started my business before Recycling Black Dollars, it was always about word of mouth for me. And it was because I belonged to several different organizations. I have always worked with some nonprofit where I was actually doing my own pro bono.
Mm-hmm.
So those people refer. So when we had the recession, my business dried. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. And, I'm teaching people how to market. I'm going, I don't know how to do all of that because I never had to.
Yeah.
And so now it's back there again. I
Yeah.
get referrals, but I've made very strategic relationships with tax preparers and Vermont Slausons and the BBA and GLAC and those
Yeah.
people, because generally you're the one needing your people to have financials,
Right.
and nobody's out there teaching QuickBooks to the level that I am because I actually use it in my business, and so that's why I get the business I get.
Yeah.
And that expression you see on your client's face with that B word,
Yeah.
budget. Budget?
Budget? What?
How do you do that? What's that?
Why you need that?
But and I was telling her when I was talking to Alicia, who is the founder of the Bella Network. she had just read an article about the fact that black-owned businesses are usually solopreneurs, and that we're on the lower part of the scale when it comes to funding and so forth and so on. And a lot of that is that when you're a solopreneur, you're not tracking your financials, so you really don't have a clue.
Because you're always out there on the go.
You're always on the go, and you put your money in your bank account, you pay your expenses.
Purchase something.
Right. The only time when you finally realize how much money you have brought in and spent is when you do your taxes at the end of the year, right?
You go, what?
But now I have white clients, and we do things entirely different. I do all their invoicing. At the end of the month, we do the analysis of what the month looked like. Then we, every 6 months, we go back and say, okay, what do we need to be doing? Like right now, we've already had a conversation. Okay, so what do we need to do for next year? She's been my client now for 6 years. So each year, her business had, in the beginning, increased by 15%. And now she's went back, because, when you first start your business, you take all business, right? And so now she's weeded out some of those. So now we can identify exactly who was costing her more money than it was for her to do business with them. So now I said, okay, we need to find a different strategy. So she's a vet. And she's a woman-owned business, and she probably is, next to Natalie Goucher, is one of the best social media marketers out there. Don't just talk about it; she really does it, because I've seen it in her financials. And so I told her the other day about the workshop that we're going to do. So that's her next level. I said, you need bigger contracts. You have employees. We have her on payroll. We forecast when we were going to go on payroll, and we monitor that. She's put in systems in place. She's completely got all of that in place. All she needs to do is just plug in and get the application finished.
That's good.
But that's a difference. And she pays me to make sure, and anything comes across her desk, she don't understand, Crystal, can you help me with this? That's what you do when you're running a business. And that's not what we do when we run a business.
Right.
Well, I focused on those two words you said. Pays me.
She recognizes that she had to have someone. She goes, that's not my area. And when it started out, though, I did a QuickBooks class. She was there at the Urban League. And she went, okay. So I did the class. Then I had a one-on-one with her at the Urban League. And about a month later, she goes, this is not me. Can I hire you? And so that's where it was. And now I'm at a position where I'm actually hiring other bookkeepers. I'm training them. So the trainer's training the trainer.
That's great.
And so that now when you guys send me, I can pass it out, and at the same time training other people.
That's good information
to do that. So, because I think that's important as well.
Absolutely.
Everybody got to duplicate. I can't do it all. My business is training, is moving in different directions, but don't want to leave that gap.
Right.
And I think that's important. So that's a class that we could have.
No, absolutely.
Training the trainer.
And that's tough for businesses to, if you're, particularly if you're a sole proprietor, you're out there, you're trying to generate more business. But if the books ain't right. Excuse me. King's English. If you don't have your house in order, you can go. My grandmother used to have a saying, and my team, if they're listening to this, they've heard me say it before. My grandmother used to say, if you got a bucket with a hole in it, you can put as much water
as much as you want. It's not going to stay.
It's got to fall out.
It's not going to stay. That's true.
So you got to be able to duplicate yourself to get to that place.
That's true.
To contract, you're subtracting out, but making sure that it gets done.
Right. Joe, habla español?
No, but I'm going to tell you something. I've been looking at these Rosetta Stone and there is cause that I should. Yes.
It sounds like you need to go on a road trip so you can put that Rosetta Stone in and listen all the way.
Right. No, it's our community is much different.
Yes, it is.
It is.
I was born in New Orleans but raised here.
Yeah.
So I've seen this community change quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
And the community we serve, by demographics, is about 72% Latino.
Yeah, exactly.
So that being said, there's a good argument that we should know the Spanish language,
and that's part of the reason why I ask you this, because I know your organization has the mobile food truck program, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that. Tell our listeners a little bit about how that program works and how they can get involved in it.
Sure. So, unfortunately, we just had the program 2 Saturdays ago. And the premise behind the program, and Marva was the brainchild behind this 4 years ago. 4 or 5 years ago. Is that, where is that middle ground between my home-based business and getting a brick and mortar?
Right, exactly.
And all of us know how expensive it is to get into an office environment. It's not just the office, it's the related CAM charges that go along with operating in that type of environment. So Marva came up with this idea, let's promote initially food truck, and then it's gone into more retail. And now we have retailers, trucking owners that own, obviously food, but we got clothing stores. There's a young man I learned about through this process that has a mobile DJ. He goes through Ventura County, Riverside, and he does these parties, and he's making stupid money by this mobile DJ. He's got a tricked out mobile truck that he did with the speakers and turntables. And so, that was how it evolved. And through some relations we have with Kareem Karts, Kareem is one of our partners, the City of L.A., Jan Perry in the Economic Development Department, Councilman Kern Price, was hosted at Trade Tech College. They've been a great partner with us. About 300 participants came to the program. Not only did we do a general session, but we had breakout sessions to learn about how to finance a truck, what's the advantages of operating a mobile unit. What's the ups and downs of that?
As opposed to the brick and mortar.
So it's been received very well.
That's great.
And we actually gave away a mini cart.
Oh, great.
Oh, wow.
Which was sponsored by Kareem Karts. And through Launchpad, our friend Abraham Jenkins, they donated a Chromebook. So we had some nice giveaway items as well. So we'll be doing it again next year.
That's good.
Yeah, that's one of you guys' signature.
That's one of our signature events.
Man. Right. And I think
need to trademark that. You need to trademark that.
Because
every little guy is out there in the woodwork waiting right now to claim it. You see what I mean? That's your brainchild. You got to trademark it.
And actually, I think that's what's unique about Vermont Saucing is you guys have addressed not a broad everybody, potpourri of businesses, but very specific. If you want to niche businesses, which is important because that's how you make a difference. Is not just being the regular. And I've consulted or coached a lot of when people sit down and say, okay, I want to start a business. Okay, what kind of business? Then I give them insight. Well, let's not do a regular brick and mortar. First of all, it costs so much money. Why don't you think about doing a more mobile type business? And I think it starts there. It's how do we come up with different ideas to create businesses that will then eventually evolve into a big brick and mortar. But why start brick and mortar?
You remember, and I'm having a flashback from the 90s when I was the general manager of Ballin-Hills Crenshaw Plaza Mall, and you may remember, Crystal, or Gilbert, you might too. There was a young man by the name of Michael Joseph, and he ran the vitamins. I can't remember the name of it, but it was Nature's Sunshine Project, I believe. He was one of the highest grossing as a cart of my tenants. He was doing crazy money. People didn't realize the kind of money he was making because he was on KJLH. He was doing promotions out of a 6x8 cart. And so, he knew how to build his business. And so, everybody would love to have a nice office with glass windows and all that. But
it's not for everybody.
It's not for everybody.
And your product may not substantiate.
Right, exactly. So find out who because you can find out better with a smaller car who your demographics is going to be without the overhead. I think the Urban League, when I first heard about Rhonda Santaford, was that they had a program with Baldwin Hills. It was a competition type. The vending machine, I think, is an excellent idea.
The city was a partner on that, too.
Okay. So those are the kind of things when we're talking about starting business. And when we talk about to the children, that's how we started. It's like, okay, how can we do something different? There was a young lady that was in the class this year. She had a wonderful concept. It was, and right after the class, it actually became an issue. Creating an ID on driver's license on the plate that this child or young adult is autistic. So that when the police officer ran the plate, they would automatically know, and at that point, how to have a conversation with this child.
That's amazing.
And so she was 17.
Yeah,
that
that's
was a
amazing.
17-year-old that came up with this, and so we worked out the details of that, and that was her business. And about a month later, this kid got killed, and he was autistic. And he didn't know. They were, the police officers were coming at him very aggressive, and he just went off, and they thinking he was resisting. He didn't understand.
Right.
So that was part of that communication, and it was an amazing business. Because what is that relationship with the DMV? It's like a vanity plate.
Yeah. Wow.
And so
that's a great idea.
That was some of the ideas.
So did she get it implemented?
Well, that's where we are now. With Nifty, we had a conversation, and with Brian Williams over at the Urban League is, okay, we have these kids that come in with these amazing ideas, much better than some of the adults. Cause,
you should help them with the patenting and all that.
Right. So now we need to take it to different levels. And
you can connect them with either USC or UCLA. They have a program there that helps entrepreneur to do patents and trademarks and all of that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. And I think Tesla, if it's if it's technology, they have some programs. I have a friend that's part of their think tank.
See, that's another thing we need to do. Do you have a patenting trademark program going on there at Vermont Slauson? No. We need to do something because a lot of entrepreneurs, they don't know about patenting, trademark, or copyright.
Well, we discuss it. We do. It's part of our training.
Yeah.
But we don't get into into the deep part.
Yeah.
Right. But that is something that we need, and not just our from a mechanical, but also from books and so forth, getting it copywritten.
And even if we can refer them somewhere, so that they know what to do. Because a lot of small businesses, they've got great ideas out there. It's not patented, it's not copyrighted, it's not trademarked. So anyone can just come along and steal their ideas.
Well, they do the poor man copyright.
Yeah. Let's mail it, right? Let's mail it to themselves.
But what's the name? Yancey told us, no.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
No. But that's it. So many things, so many conversations when people have ideas, they may have heard about it 10, 15, 20 years ago from somebody, and they're utilizing that dated, vintage information, and that's how they're operating on that, as opposed to what is current today, what works today.
You got to hit that refresh button.
You got to hit the refresh button. That's all part of it, right?
So you're listening to The Business Zone with
Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan, the small business paramedic, along with our special guest today, Mr. Joseph Razon, CEO of the Vermont Slauson Economic Development Center. And we're talking about some great ways in which entrepreneurs, you can get resources to grow and develop your business. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break right now, and we'll be back in 2 minutes. Take a break.
Hello, meet Larry. Larry is a general contractor. Larry is very good at his craft, but Larry has a very tough time managing his paperwork because he is busy taking care of his clients' needs. Larry just cannot find his important business documents when needed. Larry is also being passed over for bid opportunities from prime contractors because he is perceived as not ready. He doesn't know where his business license, certifications, insurance, and other key corporate documents are located most of the time. Lucy owns an auto body and collision repair shop and has been using a business management and procurement assistance program called Small Biz Pro to keep her business organized, business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. Small Biz Pro is a 3-in-1 cloud-based business management, procurement, and market research assistance system designed to help businesses become business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. It also provides back-office operation solutions for small businesses. Lucy is able to stay ahead of her competitors because she uses Small Biz Pro to manage her business daily. Lucy just clicks on Small Biz Pro from her tablet, mobile phone, laptop, or any internet-accessible device for data retrieval, and she's got it. Lucy introduces Larry to Small Biz Pro, and now Larry is more organized and can now find all of his documents and new bid opportunities in seconds. Larry now saves $120 in labor costs for each missing or misplaced document. Just simply go to your web browser and log into smallbizpro.net and register today for a limited 30-day free trial offer. Services start as low as $1 per day. Let's put the competition out of business. Small Biz Pro. If you stay ready, you don't need to get ready. Register now at smallbizpro.net and begin saving money. Email info@smallbizpro.net or call 626-533-1186.
And we're back on the Business Zone with
Crystal
and Gilbert Buchanan, your small business paramedic. Our special guest is Mr. Joseph Razan, CEO of the Vermont Slauson Economic Development Center. And our phone number here is 323-293-3375. That's 323-293-3375.
Joe, we are just so thrilled that you came.
Thank you very much.
And we will definitely want you back many more times to talk about whatever's going on. We just got to be able to keep the conversation and the information filtering out to our community,
right,
so that they can do better in owning their own businesses. And is there anything you'd like to leave them with?
Well, I'd like to finish answering Gilbert's question because I don't think I finished. And he said, where can they go and how do they get in contact? So I talked about our headquarter office at 1130 West Slauson. I talked about our shopping centers. Our business center, again, is at 6109 Southwestern. And our website is www.vsedc, Vermont Slauson Economic Development Corporation.org.
Beautiful.
Our phone number is 323-753-2335.
Okay.
Beautiful.
And we'll make sure we put that in the details. We actually are on live on YouTube right at the present moment.
Oh, great.
And we're on live on Facebook.
You
And
didn't airbrush me before?
not at all.
That's why I was calling makeup. I said, makeup, I need some powder.
I have makeup on. I just know how to put mine on. And then afterwards, there's a YouTube that we will send over to you, and I can splice it up a little bit and utilize it to market and put out on Facebook, and you guys can do the same.
Well, I
thing.
want to thank both you and Gilbert and the Business Zone for allowing me just to share some of this information in our community. And I'd love to come back in a few months and give you some more great information about what we've been able to accomplish and other things we may be offering right at the first of the year.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm
Can
talking
you say
about.
procurement?
Procurement. That's right.
And QuickBooks training, huh? Train the trainer.
Yeah.
I love that.
So we know you have to get going. Anything you want to let our audience know? Just come visit.
Don't leave the money on the table. Come
No.
get it.
Right.
All right.
That's
Thanks again
right.
so much.
Not a
thank you,
problem.
Mary.
Welcome to the Business Zone.
So Gilbert, wow, that was great.
That
huh?
was an amazing interview there with Mr. Razan, and we've been trying to get him for months now, and we finally got him.
Well, yeah, we got the scheduling right. I was on the phone with Sarah, and thank you, Joe. And it's been being the producer and the guest caller and the coordinator and whatever.
Everything.
Yeah, as Joe said, I got 15 jobs. I do.
Oh yeah.
But it all comes together.
It
so
all
that's
comes
good,
together,
that's
and see, that's what we do as entrepreneurs. We all got a little Jamaican in us, right? So we make it happen.
But one of the things I do is make sure I have partners at what I do. I
That's
don't do
what
all
I'm
this stuff
talking
solo,
about.
man, because it would never get done. So that's my secret
That's what I'm
that I
talking
have
about.
partners in everything that I do.
Yes.
So speaking of which, we want you guys, Recycling Black Dollars is having its monthly breakfast mixer on Tuesday, October 10th at 8 a.m. at the Denny's on Crenshaw and Coliseum. We have Mr. L.C. Green coming in to talk about the Women's Financial Forum, that they do a seminar every Saturday or once a month, I think it is. And we also have Miss Cherie Franklin coming on to talk about the cannabis industry.
Very good.
So if anybody's interested in getting involved and finding out where you can position yourself in the cannabis industry, you want to come to this meeting, you want to have a conversation with Cherie, this is going to be, they call it the gold coke. It's like the gold rush for California.
Yes.
So you want to get involved. From where I sit, you don't necessarily just have to be a manufacturer or grower or any of that. Mm-hmm. You can do third-party support, which would be just as lucrative, I think. Just as lucrative. It probably don't have the same. You don't have the same tax the liability because it's a third-party business, right?
Yes.
So you want to come out to the Breakfast Mixer on October 10th at 8 o'clock in the morning. We're also doing our membership drive. So RBD is a membership organization, and so we want you to become a member and to be able to carry on the message about us being recycling our dollars and supporting our community, both economically and physically. We need to be there for each other.
Right.
So we want you to come out, and if you're interested in becoming a member for Recycle Black Dollars, please go to rbdmedia.org on our website, and you can sign up and become a member online. And if you're not, then call Jackie B at 323-449-2099. 323-449-2099 and let her know that you want to become a member of RBD. We have a special package that if you become a professional member, you get a quarter-page ad in our resource guide along with the package, and I think it's $200. And if you become a lifetime member, then you actually get email blast to our membership in our mailing list, and you get to speak at our meetings. And so there's great synergy, and we actually promote you just like we promote us when you are a member of Recycling Black Dollars.
And also, I'd like to put a shout out there, Crystal, to all the entrepreneurs, to let you all know that you too can be a sponsor on this show. You can sponsor the Business Zone, and we will promote your business multiple times, and we'll reach out to our network of small businesses and consumers, and it will be great for your business, like getting, real cheap advertising for your business. So I want you to consider using the Business Zone as a platform to market your business. And, our reach is phenomenal. We've got reach all over the world.
We've done some marketing and some blasting of our show around internationally, particularly in the African countries. So we have a little following there. Actually, I think the last time I looked at the analytics, we actually even have some in Great Britain and
Ghana, Nigeria.
Right, exactly. Saudi Arabia.
Yes.
I was actually kind of impressed by all that. South Africa. So you really, we have some reach. We've been on the air for a year, and we're bringing it is our plan to bring you information that can help you change your business and grow your business or start a business. It just depends on where you are and what your needs are.
Information you can use to grow, develop your business and take it to the next level.
Right.
So again, Crystal, did you want to tell them a little bit about the certification workshop that we're having at the Urban League on October 25th?
Yep, I certainly can. Let me find a flyer. So again, we talked about this a little bit before Joe came on. We are looking to select 15 qualified business owners to take their business to the next level. Will your business be one of those? So if you are a business owner who is a minority-owned business, who is a woman-owned business or a veteran-owned business or disadvantaged or disabled, you possibly you're a candidate to become a minority certified business owner. And what does that mean as a
minority certified means that As a minority-owned business, you get certified by a government agency. It could be LA Metro, it could be the city of Los Angeles, it could be the state of California, and one of those entities will certify your business. Once you've been through our workshop, we'll teach you the steps. We'll teach you what the certification process is all about, who are the key players in the industry, how to certify your business, what documents you need to be certified, to become certified. Once you're certified, what do you do with that certification? How you can obtain opportunities, how you can obtain procurement with all these different government agencies. So we'll go through the gamut with you. We'll hold your hands and we'll show you exactly how to do that. And we're doing it from experience because we've done it before. We've done it with LA Metro, LA Unified School District, LA Community College District, and most of the government agencies out there.
And I think, Gilbert, from where I sit, that's a game changer. Because if you can get a contract, and even if you're not the prime contractor, if you're a subcontractor, you can still get a pretty lucrative contract that can take your business to, I mean, can really change you from a small micro business to a bigger bit, to a larger medium-sized business. We are also going to teach you how to collaborate, how to reach out to, because one of the things, and Gilbert and I just said this, I can't do what I do if I don't expand out, right?
Exactly.
So I'm bringing on other bookkeepers, training them to do exactly what I do so I can carry on business. So you too can do that. You could be the subcontractor that's reaching out to get your support.
Right.
But at the same time, being able to make a much larger, increase your revenues greatly, right? Because if not, it's not just a one-time, it's usually a contractual period that you're working with, right?
And that's the key thing we're trying to do. We're trying to get small businesses away from doing transactional business. That means you do a transaction today, you may do one tomorrow, maybe next week, maybe next month, but you're not sure about it. You're not sure that opportunity is going to be coming in. But if you do have a contract, then you know for sure that this contract is good for at least 12 months. So then you know that's 12 months of revenues coming into your business right there, and that makes a big difference in your organization. We also want to talk about a certification with the state of California, wherein once you're certified and you make contact with the contract officer, they will put you on a list wherein they're only required to reach out to two businesses. That means your chance of winning a contract will be 50-50. That's 1 in 2. So once they reach out to you and saying, hey, we have this opportunity, send us a quote or send us a bid, then you stand a much better chance of winning this opportunity, but you've got to be certified first. And that's what we're doing. We're teaching you how to become certified so you can get those opportunities. And these are for contract opportunities up to $250,000. So if you can use $250,000 in your business right now, you need to be thinking about becoming certified as a small business.
I think so. So if you guys are interested, you need to give us a call at 323-906-7004. Reach out. You can email us, both Gilbert and I. You can find us. You just need to Google either one of us, and you can find us. We're out there. We would love to have you in the workshop. We want to see a difference in how our community does business, and we see it. We know how these opportunities have absolutely changed small businesses and taken them to another level.
We don't see anyone else out there doing what we do for small business. I've been looking, Crystal. I haven't seen anyone out there.
Well, I was impressed, and that was how I actually met you. I came to a workshop that I think it was an Edison Edge workshop, and Sharon Evans was doing it from the Business Resource Group. And she had made a comment. I think I asked the question was, how many certified businesses are there? Thinking there were, millions of them. And at that time, and this is a number of years ago, I think she told me it was 1,500. I went,
it's a handful.
And then I did some calculations because that's just what I do. Because from the accountant part of me, I went, wait a minute, and I Googled how many minority-owned. First, I did just African American. How many African American small businesses were there, and I got some 400,000 just in the South LA area, 800,000 in California, in the state of California, right? Then I added on the Hispanics and I added on the Asian. It's like, wait a minute.
Yep.
How do you have almost 1 million plus small businesses that fit the criteria?
Right.
I didn't even add in the disadvantaged or the disabled or the vet. I didn't even add that in.
Right.
And you only have literally 1,500 businesses that were certified. Like, why?
And if we were to check the database right now to see actually how many small businesses are in the state of California, you will find 3.2 million. 3.2. Think about that. 3.2. But only 1,500 of them are certified.
Right. I'm like, I'm sure at this point, maybe they're at 2,000. I would hope they were at 2,000. I have to do that research and I'll bring that back next week. Yeah. And so when I asked Sharon, okay, I'm confused. Why? And so she said, well, the application was a little daunting.
Yeah.
And then she said, most of them don't have financials, which is what? I mean, they're making money, but they don't have financials. So you could even put together an Excel spreadsheet to get that.
Right.
But QuickBooks and the bookkeeper, there's so many programs now.
Many.
I went, wow. Or, which makes sense, because if you don't have your financials, then they hadn't filed taxes.
Yeah.
So all of those are changeable. You can fix that.
That's true.
That's the only thing between you doing individual transactional business and you doing contractual business that could get you contracts of minimum $50,000, right?
Exactly.
Even $50,000 changes a business.
That changes the life and the dynamic of a business.
Right.
So we want you to really think about that, small business owners. It is phenomenal. It's a phenomenal opportunity, and you're getting consultants here who know what they're doing, who can guide you through the process. So you're no longer alone. You're no longer doing this all by yourself. You're doing it with the help of professionals who've been in the business many, many years now. So give us a call.
And if you already have your certification, but you don't know what to do with the certification, and there's quite a few people in the last year or so that I know personally that have been certified. They've gone through the process, but now they're like, what do I do next?
Yeah.
So we want you to be in the workshop as well, because we can teach you how to read and how to prepare a bid, how to read the RFP stands for
the request for proposals,
and then how to put the structure of your bid, how to forecast for the project, in including everything that needs to be in there, and I guess there's a little science to making sure you're not underbid or overbid or whatever.
Right.
But speaking of bidding, and speaking of contracts awarded, I just read on Facebook that Experian, the one that just got hacked, they just got a contract.
No.
Yes.
From who?
The IRS.
Oh no.
To supply. And they didn't even submit an RFP.
Do you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, to supply all the addresses and phone numbers of their customers.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Those big businesses, they get away with everything.
And then they don't want any set aside.
And the small businesses are here, we know our craft. We're doing what we need to do. We just need a little opportunity, and it's not coming our way.
No.
It's going to those big guys who don't need it.
Yeah, I thought you'd like that one.
Oh, man. I'm upset now. I'm upset now.
Yep, Experian. It was just on Facebook. I read it earlier. I went, man. Oh, my God, that's just disgusting.
Unbelievable.
Just disgusting,
That means we just got to work a little harder now.
We have to work harder and get more people out there so they can do business on that level.
Yes.
First of all, I don't even know why a company that just got hacked.
Yeah.
And first of all, why are you selling my information?
That's what I'm talking about. So they've got our information. There's nothing we can do about it.
Right.
Because we didn't give it to them. They got it out there somehow.
But how the IRS going to go to Experian or
That's
any
what I'm
other credit reporting bureaus and turn you in?
Exactly.
Really? Where's what the hell has happened to, excuse me, what the hell has happened to ethics in the business world? Wow.
Sound like we need to be talking to some kind of attorney right now.
I think so. One, we got to get this crazy administration out of the office. That's the first thing we got to do. So voting is very important to everybody.
Yes.
So we only got a few more minutes. So again, event is Recycling Black Dollars Breakfast Mixer on the 10th. On the 14th, it's just Saturday. And this is a free event, and go attend the Voices from Leimert Park, and that is being hosted by Harriet Tubman Press. Is going to be the launch of a very quality business publisher. So when we publish our book, that's who we're going to use.
I am looking forward to it.
Yeah, I know, because we got a lot of knowledge.
And just so you know, we're working on our books right now. We're getting ready to get started on it. So Crystal and I will have a book for you guys to guide you. Right,
exactly. Another event that's coming up is the Bella Network Women's Leadership Conference, creating connections, building bridges together. I am one of the MCs and one of the presenters. It's November 3rd through the 5th. It's a 3-day work seminar conference. Elevating women to lead, expand in business globally. Our philosophy is behind every successful woman is a tribe of other successful women who have her back. So those who should plan on attending is a career women, entrepreneurial women, and women in transition. And those are those women that are leaving corporate America, which is a lot of them, and they're getting ready to plan for their second act. They're not ready to tie. They're not ready to sit and do gardening and kick back and just be with the grandkids. Yeah. These are women that have wonderful business ideas, but there is a big difference from being in corporate America and then becoming an entrepreneur.
That's right.
I mean, your resources have been slashed.
Yeah, that is true.
You don't have this department. You don't have the big scheduling department. You don't have the endless supplies. You don't have any of that, right?
Not anymore.
So that's going to be big. So the conference is going to be amazing. We're going to have these great breakout sessions, presentations by, I tell you, the most incredible women coaches that I've ever met. And this is our second year. And already it's like, wow, these are amazing women.
So you got a lot of sign-ups. A lot of people are signing up.
A lot of people are signing up. So if you want more information, go to the Bella Network website, .com, and all the information is there, and how to sign up for it is there as well. Check out our Facebook page on the Bella Network, and you will see all the great women that are involved in the project.
We have another event coming up on November 17th and 18th. It's a Friday and a Saturday, and this event is with the Black Business Women Rock organization. This is going to be over in the Torrance Marriott, and it's going to be over there by Fashion Way in Torrance. So this is going to be November 17th and 18th. It's a Friday and a Saturday. And, of course, yours truly will be there. I'll be hosting one of the workshops as well as being on a panel. I'm going to be helping these women to learn how to build their infrastructure and also how to identify opportunities and go after it. So
cool. I was going to actually, we're going to do a men's panel on the Saturday.
Oh, really?
And we were targeting you.
Oh,
but then we kind of flipped it.
Okay.
So we do have a men's panel on Sunday.
That's the 5th?
That's the 5th.
I'll be there.
And so they're going to talk to the women on certain situations and how men see it, and we've been instructed to behave ourselves and not be the strong alpha women that we normally are. So we've been instructed to be on our best behavior and be open to listening.
So I'm not going to get the real woman. I'm going to get a fraction of the
You're going to get a woman that's been told to behave herself. That's what you're going to get. But on Friday and Saturday. It's going to be an amazing conference, and I'll be there for them.
Good.
Actually, Natalie, I think that's her name.
Yeah, Natalie.
Yeah, Natalie is going to be at the women's conference
Excellent.
as well. So, that's what women's supposed to do. We're supposed to back each other up and support each other and support each other's events. So we'll be there. There's another event that's also women focused. It is called the what is it called? It is called the Purple Purse, and it's an event that's being hosted to stop violence and women of violence, actually domestic abuse. And so they're having a big event, and I'm trying to find it so I can tell you what it is. I think it's November 15th.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And so next week I can tell you more about it. During the commercial break, there's one of the videos that we have that has the information on it, but it's called the Purple Purse.
Purple Purse.
Okay.
I like that.
Wow, another show.
Another show again. We've come to that time. It's about 2.5 minutes.
2.5 minutes. So next week we're excited. We have Mr. Victor Parker from the SBA.
We're looking forward to that.
Yes, we are. And another business that's in the community, Crenshaw Yoga and Dance. So they're going to be here next week talking. We're going to have, and I'm on this committee as well, because I actually do yoga over at Crenshaw Yoga and Dance. We're going to have a Christmas ball.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to have showcasing waltzing and salsa and burlesque and then teaching people how to dance and just having a great time for the Christmas holidays.
That sounds very good to me.
You can bring a toy. And that will also for a child in our community, and so that's going to be December 10th, I think it is.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and December 10th. It's a Saturday, so it may be the 8th. I think it's December 8th, and it's going to be a Christmas ball. We're going to come all dressed up in our Christmas finery and cocktail finery, and we're going to have a good time.
I like that. So, with that being said, do you have anything else that you want to put out there, Crystal?
That's it.
Yeah, so, well, for those of you who've been listening, we want to thank you for tuning in. We always appreciate you tuning in every Friday from 3 to 5. As you know, this is a business zone, and the business zone is designed to create a platform for entrepreneur and contract supply diversity contract provider to come together, share expertise, and see how we can help those entrepreneurs to become successful. That's what the business zone is all about. That's what we strive to do. We provide assistance. Crystal and I provide assistance to small businesses in helping them to become business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. And we also use our proprietary tool called Small Biz Pro to help you to upload your documents, manage your business, obtain procurement opportunities, and also market research opportunities. So we've got an excellent tool here to help you. We can take the resources to you, but we can't force you to use it. So if you want to grow the business, you give us a call.
What's that? You can't lead you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make it drink.
Exactly. Can't make them drink it. So we can't make you use the resources if you don't want to take that step. So again, we want to thank you. You can find us on morrismedialive.com. And it's every Friday from 3 to 5. You can log in and you'll see our show. And that's about it.
So we'll see you next Friday.
See you next Friday.
Have a great weekend. We're safe.
Out. Hello, meet Larry. Larry is a general contractor. Larry is very good at his craft, but Larry has a very tough time managing his paperwork because he is busy taking care of his clients' needs. Larry just cannot find his important business documents when needed. Larry is also being passed over for bid opportunities from prime contractors because he is perceived as not ready. He doesn't know where his business license, certifications, insurance, and other key corporate documents are located most of the time. Lucy owns an auto body and collision repair shop and has been using a business management and procurement assistance program called Small Biz Pro to keep her business organized, business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. Small Biz Pro is a 3-in-1 cloud-based business management, procurement, and market research assistance system designed to help businesses become business ready, contract ready, and bank loan ready. It also provides back-office operation solutions for small businesses. Lucy is able to stay ahead of her competitors because she uses Small Biz Pro to manage her business daily. Lucy just clicks on Small Biz Pro from her tablet, mobile phone, laptop, or any internet-accessible device for data retrieval, and she's got it. Lucy introduces Larry to Small Biz Pro, and now Larry is more organized and can now find all of his documents and new bid opportunities in seconds. Larry now saves $120 in labor costs for each missing or misplaced document. Just simply go to your web browser and log into smallbizpro.net and register today for a limited 30-day free trial offer. Services start as low as $1 per day. Let's put the competition out of business. Small Biz Pro. If you stay ready, you don't need to get ready. Register now at smallbizpro.net and begin saving money. Email info@smallbizpro.net or call 626-533-1186.